Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to a scene from the changing the new world of darkness. Today we have Sir Alexander Shar is straightening up the apartment after Kogoma's lovely mess that he made just made before dinner. He is expecting a visit from a Countess Eve, someone he hasn't seen in a very long time. There's some things that he would like to discuss with her, and just some general catching up of how everything is going with her and Val, and of course the two new little ones. And we'll have our scene opening up there as Eve is entering Xander's apartment.
Yeah, she wanders in. By now, she's definitely back in shape after her pregnancy, and as he can see, she is very, very, very fit. um, she's wearing
Like what? Oh dang! Look at this piece of goodness walking through my door. Dang! If I would have known, shit. What's that with you?
You were too late, dear. Val already yanked me away by then. Time I met you. Besides, if it was like that, we could have just traded. Me and you and
I met you while you were still great.
Me and you and Kigoma and Val, it would have been fun.
Would have been. It still can be. Damn. I didn't know you had it going on like that. I'm going like baby fat.
Hey, my babies are well worth it.
I didn't say they weren't, but damn. Hey.
She just shrugs.
I need to talk to Kagoma about some of this.
He knew me before. He should know what the hell I look like.
I'm not just saying. Hell, he's the house one. Be all right. He should be okay with this.
Well, you should invite him in. Seriously. No, I mean, there is the possibility of threesome, I suppose. I just meant for the visit, though.
I was talking about a foursome. What are you talking about?
All right, foursome it is. Sounds like we got a plan.
A little bit of swinging going on. It'll be all right.
Hey, I got lucky. I'm the one who got the three best looking guys ever that could be in this foursome with me. I sounds like I got a winner. Hey, what? I mean, seriously. Tushi ended a beautiful issue. Why in the world would this be a problem for me?
There you go. I'm gonna put this one on my calendar.
What? I'm just a little sulky. I just hang out over there in the water. Nobody cares about me.
Looking like that, it'd be very hard to be not noticed.
Well, that's what they expect of mermaids, don't you know?
So how have you been, my dear?
She's gonna, as soon as they finish all the banter, she's actually gonna stop to give him a big hug.
Of course. I should expect nothing. As he will give you back a nice hug. How have you been?
Good. We're still out of character very slowly, planning to leave for California, but it's taking longer than expected. Stuff coming up with the Fionas and all that stuff, and honestly, it's not such a big deal because it's getting warmer now anyway. So it's not so bad around here.
I am glad to see that you guys are unscathed by the recent ice storm attack.
That was just luck. I mean, I don't know much about what happened other than the ice worm stuff, but rumors. You hear all the rumors, but
we'll have to give you the short and sweet of it.
Yeah, I don't even know what an ice worm is. I would guess some sort of dragon, but that's all I got on it.
Yeah. A lot of freeholds were destroyed. And countless others took really nasty hits, as did mine.
Oh, I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
yeah, my living area is covered in, for the lack of a better term, ice.
Okay. Maybe we need to
Um,
bring some sun down
we
on that
have,
shit.
well, apparently the crystallized ice has, well, our powers don't have much effect on it. Actually, it has very adverse effects. Feeding it glamour tends to make the ice rage violently. I almost got scared. And our cantrips, fire, it just does not work. Our powers have nothing on it. It seems that the ice is comprised of some very banal stuff.
Well, if we're gonna base it on Pokemon, fire probably wouldn't have had much of an effect on ice anyway. Well, maybe a little bit. I was gonna say if you're gonna base it on Pokemon,
However,
you might want to try my lightning.
well, we've seen that none of that stuff kind of works at all.
All right.
Um, and our it's just really it's like a winter wonderland that no one wants to touch. Touching the ice tends to have very adverse effects on the toucher or the touchy, I should say. Let's see. There's a lot. Um, in talking over with some others, this ice worm attack can be very much possibly linked to the Unseelie bombing, the attempted kidnapping of the queen, and even the death of the Selkie queen.
And
And
she
uh,
yeah reacts to the Selkie Queen part. She just gets a look in her eye, just
and
of
even the
sadness, just of sadness.
and even the death of Romulus.
That makes her mad.
We feel that this.
She gets an angry look at that part.
We believe that this attack on the Balefires could be a prelude to war. Everything seems to make sense.
War, huh? Another one?
Yes. Unfortunately.
But we just got out of a war.
The Dantean is behind this. However, Trivision seems to believe that a much higher hand at this, possibly leading or leading the Dantean down this road.
Tribenton is wise in his own way.
You know, everyone being the Liam. I have tried to surround myself with theories, others that could be a little bit more credible in the faces of others than myself. So I have recruited Estrella, Rancor, Kagoma, and Hawthorne. And to look.
Give me a second. He is. I don't remember her stats anymore. Give me a second. Tried to figure out if she'd know something. If I knew her stats, it would be helpful. Oh God, really? I just found that is not the stat I needed. Forgive me. This is me. Her sheet seems to have gone somewhere, and I don't know where. Oh, there it is. Duh. All right. think her politics was maybe just 2. Am I right? Oh God, she had politics 3. Okay, then I'm going to roll 6 dice to see if I can remember if she knows who this Hawthorne guy is. She may have heard of the name because he's a new count, which makes it kind of a big deal. So she just kind of nods to that.
Hawthorne, yes.
She like she kind of looks like she's heard the name before.
Yes. He's the new count of House Dougal.
I've heard the name. What's he like?
And you may roll perception empathy. Because he just like kind of smirks and looks away.
God. See, now we're back to me having to look at the sheet again. I used to have all this stuff memorized on her. Perception is okay. I knew that one. Empathy. Oh crap! She actually did buy some stuff up. Good to know. Three.
Kind of going on there, and it's like he's a very nice guy.
But what is the reaction I'm getting from him?
Oh, he's definitely blushing. Without a doubt, he's blushing. He's a very nice guy.
She leans back at this. This isn't Lainey who is simply staying out of it because it's not her business. Because Lainey's caught on to this. Lainey's caught on because somebody told her about something some vibes that she was catching at the ball. No. This is Eve, who doesn't keep her mouth shut around Zander because she knows Zander too well. And
exactly.
And she just leans back, kind of. I assume we're sitting by now. Puts her hands in her lap, and just stares at him when he says, "Oh, he's a nice guy." And she's like, "Really, a nice guy?"
Yeah, very.
A really, really, really nice guy.
Lord, he is on as all hell.
I kind of figured you were thinking that. Look,
Yeah.
I don't know what the arrangements are between you and Kagoma, but that's none of my business. But at the same time, be careful.
Hold on. I am a firm believer. I don't care where you go and get your appetite from, as long as you eat home.
If that's how it is between you two, that's entirely up to you guys. Every relationship.
That's the way of the world. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine then.
First of all, I would never do anything to jeopardize my and Kagoma's relationship. Kagoma will always have my heart. But I can't help it. I cannot help it if this other guy makes my dick twitch. I'm sorry. Just saying.
She just starts giggling, pretty much like I am.
Just saying.
Wow.
Just saying.
No, I mean,
fine.
Look, honestly, I'm not one to judge these things. I really just come on now. I'm married to Val.
Listen,
and I'm not perfect either.
You know what?
I'm so not perfect either.
I'm going to tell you this. I will tell you this. Val is a very handsome man. I'll hit the jackpot but like a dog. I'm sorry.
No, Val he's beautiful. He's absolutely, in some ways, he's too beautiful.
Out of character. Hawthorne Castiel has a appearance of an 8.
Okay.
So you can use that for whatever reference you want.
I think Val actually had the same merit going on.
Let's take it out.
I think Val had the same merit. Yeah.
He is beautiful. I will give him that. and he has this stuttering problem that just makes me wanna. I don't know. I find it very attractive for some reason. It takes him forever to get a good sentence, but once he gets the sentence out, it's all.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I am mad. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
honestly, I'm not going to judge what get your motor running at all, like I said, but just remember. Look, I'm not one of those people that's gonna go run and tell all your secrets to your fiance and all that shit. I wouldn't do that. But just remember that kind of thing. If it ever did happen and you did tell me about that, I would feel very conflicted.
I will tell you this. If I ever decided to, Kagoma will be the first person I tell before
Good.
I am the type of person because Kagoma has my heart.
No, that's very good. No, that's and Eve looks like she has something on her mind. Like she's trying to figure out if she should say something, if she shouldn't. And then finally, like after weighing it out for a minute, she just kind of stops and she looks at him very seriously. And she's like,
Yes.
remember Esteban?
Yes. That I do.
You did know he was my ex, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Sometimes the weirdest things just get, yeah. And nothing's ever happened, but not since me and Val, but you know what I mean. It's like it's just weird because he's like one of my best friends, but he's also there's still something. So I feel you. I get you.
I can. Yeah. I understand what you're saying, but you've never crossed that line, and I will never cross that line either. I mean, he's fun.
If only I could remember
Sawane.
Oh my god, if only I could remember Sawane.
Kagoma has approached me about this whole Fiona love thing, so I might be more susceptible to understanding it time he brings up the conversation. Just saying. Just saying.
He is Fiona. Fiona is Fiona,
Exactly.
and you and I both know it.
Oh yes, and sometimes I think I am too.
Are you?
I don't know how I was born a Liam.
You're a Liam Fiona.
Right.
No, honestly, I mean, if that was just how like a thing between you guys that, you like agreed that as long as it was just fun, blah blah blah, that would be one thing.
Said that. He said that as long as there was no like emotional bond and it was only just sex, blah blah blah. But I was opposed to the idea because we were fresh. Well, I was fresh in love and wasn't trying to hear none of that bullshit. So right now, I don't want to be the hypocrite. So I'm just going to let it go.
Okay. Just then you better keep it off your face a little bit better.
I can wear it on my face around you because we're cool like that.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody.
Besides, as I have noticed, it isn't my face that I need to keep it off of. It is the count who needs to watch his step.
Oh wait, so he's feeling this shit too?
Would I even be talking about it if he wasn't?
Well, I could be. I mean, sometimes feelings are unrequited.
Yeah. I am just happy being him. So going beyond that would be for the lack of a better turn of phrase would be devolving the masquerade that we have built.
You need to live your life the way that you're cool with and that Kagoma is cool with. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
That is straight up my opinion on that.
It is fun. Um, someday, someday. But anyway, um, there is actually some business that I do need to discuss with you.
Isn't there always?
Yes, unfortunately, but these things must be discussed at some point.
Well, unfortunately, my babies aren't for sale
Um,
because you
okay,
need
I
a set.
wasn't trying
Because
to buy them, but
don't you need a matching set of those to go with the dragon?
I need another dragon to go as a matching set to go with yours. But no. Raising the one is enough, and she's getting quite large. So and keeping her off of the main floor of the freehold is proving to be a task.
Interesting.
Um,
I should
Essentially,
bring the
we
boy. I
don't
should
want
bring the
any.
boys over. What do you think she would be? Do you think she would be good with the with? No, do you think she would be good like with the kids? Like if they, because they're crawling around and stuff. I bet they would probably enjoy like if they could. I mean, is she pretty docile? Like would she be good with kids?
Yes, actually, she's very docile. She's starting to learn that she is not a pet, um, which is good.
Well, I mean, because if
Because
you
I
think that
never
that'd be,
wanted her.
go ahead.
No, it is just that I just needed for her to always remember that she isn't a pet. And I must say that I have been treating her more like a daughter than a pet. So I'm pretty sure she would be okay with children.
I mean, they're at an age where they kind of want to touch everything, and they pick up everything off the ground and it goes in their mouth. Seriously, everything.
Ugh, I don't think they want a dragon tail in their mouth. But I'm pretty sure she won't treat them as food or prey.
Well, if you and I were right there to make sure, then that would help too. I just thought that might be kind of a
Oh,
fun thing for them, like they could because it might be cute. We might see it might just be a good experience for them to know how to,
and you know what? It would probably be a very good experience for her also, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if she's old enough to that, if she's wrong, at the very least, you can just say stop and she'll stop. That's good enough. We just have to be careful with it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's very familiar with the term stop and no.
Then we should do this.
Sometimes I think she believes those are all no.
No, I mean, like we totally should do it. Then we should. If you just let me know when a good time is, and I can bring the kids by and we can see what happens.
This is true. This is very true.
Because honestly, it would be good for them to start realizing. I mean, the only animals they know at this point are the pigs that kind of, that they have. I have those little teacup pigs that run around in the little woods over there. And I still have Satara's pets as well, so I have her goat as well. I think it was a goat. So
She's
I
a
have.
little bit bigger than a teacup pig.
Yeah, there's like two. There's like 4 pigs and a goat.
Yeah,
I think.
hopefully they won't be scared of her when they first see her.
They might be, but it's okay. It's something you just work with babies. If they're too scared, then you just take them somewhere else. But maybe you can work with them so that they'll get past their fear.
True.
These two are going to be the children of account. I mean, they are the children of account, and they're going to be Fae. Like one of them is Fae, the other one will be once he's old enough to understand. And they need to know that they have to face their fears. So starting that on them young doesn't bother me.
Starting in this young should be the best, actually. Would be the best.
But I sound like such a mom, so I'm sorry.
It is okay. You're supposed to be with Lar.
What was this business you were referring to that I changed by mentioning Soroya?
Well, like I was this with the Fatal Fires, that we have come up with sort of a plan to reignite them. It's going to take a lot of doing. First of all, we're going to have to locate and capture the ice worm.
Maybe you want Val involved.
Then we're going to have that. That would be very nice.
No, I said maybe you want Val involved in that part because Val and dragons.
Yeah, that would be nice. As he like kind of looks off to the side. You can perception empathy that if you want.
I am currently in the middle of dice. Only 2.
That's enough to realize that there was a disappointment in his eyes.
For now, she's going to just observe it and let him finish what he was saying.
Then the still beating heart must be sacrificed into the balefire by one who is of the dreaming and can use cold iron. So Timothy is our likely choice for this.
I know of another one, but I'm guessing he probably, probably not the best choice, I suppose.
And a creature that is able to grant wishes and must do so of its own free will. And this is something I'm hoping that you, or actually maybe the merfolk may be able to help with.
The merfolk?
We don't know of too many creatures. Well, yeah. We're hoping that in their travels they might have learned of such creatures. None of us who were at the discussion really could come up with any ideas of what kind of creatures that would possess this ability.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you just look at things like, well, Disney stories and things, Ursula could do stuff like that.
Yeah. Notice the point where we said of its own free will.
Well, I mean, if you paid her enough, it would be of her own free will.
Well, yeah, but I don't know anyone who's willing to give up their voice for that hag.
Well, you know, what if she doesn't always want a voice? I mean, it's true. Like, Ursula didn't always just want voices. She didn't just go around collecting people's voices. And believe me, I know.
She went around collecting people.
Yeah.
She went around collecting people.
She granted wishes, and when they didn't pay the cost, that's when they became the weird little planty-looking, creepy people.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
So you just pay the price, and there's no issue, right? As long as you pay the price. I don't know if, I mean, I'm assuming there must be an Ursula somewhere, but I obviously have never. And I have to admit, I worry a little bit it might be a Marucha.
I hope.
Remember when I told you before about the merfolk that were trying to, like, molest you? That there were some really bad ones? That remember there were the Ariels and the Ursulas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember.
Well, the Marucha are the ones I compared to Ursula, only they're actually a lot worse, as I understand it. So, yeah, that's what we got on that. So you basically are just looking to what you're thinking they might have information, so you wish to talk to them.
Yeah, I mean, and besides, we still have to locate that.
So
And
you have to what?
just we still have to locate the ice worm too. So what we're looking for is just really information on that, and also information on uh, if they've heard anything about the Dantean or anything of that nature in their travels. I mean,
Okay.
right now we're not only going to make this a changeling thing, but I mean, I think this has to concern everyone in the kingdom, and by extension, them and the Adhene.
Well, it does seem like this is an important thing. I mean, obviously, we need those balefires relit. There's no question about that. And that should be a concern of everybody. Everybody. So, what I can give you
And
is
whether or not the Adhene are willing to help would go a long way to show if they are at behind this or have any or have had any part in this.
Eve shrugs at this, and she's just like, "You can certainly try to talk to the Adhene if you want. Won't be much help with them. The only ones I know are like, well, I met this one dude named Alsop once, and obviously I know Nosehorned.
Met him,
And I met
right?
Mosinair. I have met Mosinair. I do not suggest you talk to Mosinair.
Hmm.
As much as I
Find
somehow
someone
respected
that
him,
he,
I very much
uh-huh.
respect Mosinair, but I don't think you want to talk to him about this.
As much as I do not care for the Ahine, I think I will let Astria handle that.
Then don't mention Mosinair to her because that girl's so ridiculously curious about everything.
Hmm.
Regarding the merfolk, I can maybe be a bit more helpful.
Yes, and we are hoping that you could be.
Well, I know how to contact them, and I can tell you who to speak to. But what happens once you're there is your responsibility. I can't really do much about that. You know as well as I do how you know about the female thing, how you want a woman to be at the front of your group.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, if not necessarily, I don't know. Yeah, you want someone who's there, or perhaps find some way to be women when you go.
Find some way to be women. That's funny.
No, I
That's
mean,
so funny.
you know it's a real
We'll
thing.
put Kagome in the dress. We'll put Kagome in the dress and send him.
No, I just mean like primal or metamorphosis would do it.
I know. I'm just having a good laugh.
If you want to put Kagome in a dress, though, hey, I think he'd be a pretty woman too. I don't think gender's going to change that on him. But no, there's an island, and she'll give you the location of it. It's not a very nice place, but it's the place that they use to meet people above when they're going to meet them. Um, so that's where you can go to meet them. Keep in mind that just about everything they do will be basically set up to insult you, and your job, as well as everybody else there's job, is to keep their mouths shut and take it. Assume you are worse than them, even if you don't really believe it, and just play along.
Yes, I've been doing a lot of that lately, playing along.
That seems like a deeper statement than maybe it should be. Some of these things might be insults. Some things they do might be insults, even though they don't seem like they are. The person you would need to speak to, his name is Alucond, and he is slightly better than the rest of them. He is the ambassador to the Kingdom of Apples. And he's not a terribly bad person.
I thought you were serving as the ambassador.
No, he is the merfolk ambassador to the Kingdom of Apples.
Yes, but
I'm the ambassador
Kingdom
to
of
them.
Apples. Exactly.
I am the Selkie ambassador to them and to the Kingdom of Apples. Yes. He is the merfolk ambassador to the Kingdom of Apples. Yeah. And then the merfolk requested me to do it for them as well. So my lady, before she passed, she kind of gets quieter for a second, decided that would be for the best, that I accept that. So I am. But yeah, Alucond he treats women with a lot of respect. He does not treat men with so much respect, but he is about the best you're going to find. And just for the record, so you guys are aware, the fact that he's male and assigned to this job is actually an insult on their part.
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
But he's going to be the easiest to get along with that you'll find. He will do his job. He may not like it, but he'll do it. And if you can convince him that this guy's the situation is a mutual threat, then they will probably help, somewhat grudgingly. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and that would probably be the hard part, being that they really probably don't want much to do with us. However, I think it would probably be best in their interest to do this because they already owe us, as far as I can see. We'll just.
Oh well, see that's a matter of opinion too, because where you look at it and it's like, okay, well, we gave you a place to be, we gave you we took you in when you got kicked out of your place because you lost. You can look at it that way, but look at it from their point of view. From their point of view, it's more like we came to you and we honored you with our presence. So of course you gave us a place to stay.
That's a good way of twisting it around.
And that's how they would see it. So don't say that to them.
Oh, I mean, I won't say that, but however, I will imply the hell.
I'm just telling you, and I was at a slight advantage because at least they respect Selkies more than, as they call them, the dirt walkers.
Dirt walkers.
I'm female and I'm a Selkie. That both those things put me above you guys. There's a reason. There's a reason why I never mentioned my children.
Say again?
There's a reason I've never really. I mean, yes, I knew him when I was pregnant, and I mentioned that I have mentioned before that that the father was in fact one of them. Was a she, and they know that. They don't know that I'm married to him. There's a reason why I've kept a lot of these things to myself. Although one person, well, Marala did explain it to the one who died, the one the one who actually killed her. She explained it to him that I was married to him as kind of a political marriage. That it's not at all what it was, but it kind of looks like that. Either way, that's pretty much the gist of my warnings and what I can do for you in terms of all that. I can tell you where to go and how to get a hold of Alicant. And if he believes you need to see their queen or one of her underlings, then he will arrange that. If not, he will take care of the business to the best of his ability.
This is understandable.
He may not think you're worth seeing his queen. I've only met her once myself.
Well, I mean, this isn't really a matter to where I really need to see the queen unless she's the one with the information, and then she'll probably just pass it along.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Probably. Queen Kulissa is a very interesting person. But yeah, so yeah. So how is Kigoma?
Busy running Krejani. So busy running Krejani. Try not to throw out too much salt. But he enjoys the work, so we'll let him have it.
And she stops at that. And she's like,
Yeah. I am all for him probably being the new Baron of Brittany. What? Did I say something wrong?
No. No. I'm just thinking.
Of?
Well, you seemed a bit unhappy about something a little bit ago, and I'm not sure if I should bring it up or not.
Please. You're always allowed to speak your mind.
Well, it was when I mentioned Val.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, let's face it. It is true that I am having mixed feelings about Val these days.
He is extremely busy too, much like Kigoma, I guess.
Yeah. And, I can understand. He has an entire county now to run and two lovely kids that he must take care of. However, it kind of does pain me. I don't know. There was a time where I was willing to accept him as a father figure. And when that time came, he went poof. You know?
Eve nods. She's just watching his reactions more than anything else. She's like listening and watching him. She seems very attentive.
You know, I am less than a month away from my sainting.
Congratulations, though.
Oh,
It's been a long,
yeah.
long trip to get there, hasn't it?
But I'm ready, to be honest. I in my house, and it has been a year
What is that?
that I still, and it's been a year. And, part of me, I understand, but part of me feels that he accepted a responsibility, then left it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it is not your fault.
No, but let me explain something about him to you. I don't know if you knew this. Ever since the war, when he became a general. He was a commander and then he was a general. When he's been known that whenever he can't control his mind, and this is from my perspective, not exactly his words, when he can't control his thoughts anymore, he buries himself in work. To the point where sometimes he's been working 3 jobs. And by that I mean running a barony, running a club, and then sometimes even being a stripper in that club. You should have seen him perform. He was pretty damn good.
Well, I have seen him perform.
I hope we're just talking about the other thing, because he didn't tell me about that.
What?
I'm hoping we're just talking about dancing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. What were you
perform has multiple meanings.
Yeah, perform at the club. I'm not about him stripping.
Just saying, multiple meanings, best to be clear.
Okay, we're talking about the stripping aspect.
All right, there we go. Yeah. I'm just saying he's one of those people that even when things are perfect, his mind is running at a mile a minute, and he's working on the next 3 steps of his grand plan. You know what I mean? And I think part of that comes from the stuff he had to deal with during the war. So just the whole mental aspect of basically being a veteran, I think it just kind of screwed with him. And it's something that I've come to respect, if not like, you know? That doesn't mean that's not necessarily an excuse for what happened. But it's a part of his life. And I'm sorry that you got caught in the crossfire on that.
As am I. As am I.
I can hear you eating.
I can't help it, I'm starving. It smells so good.
Oh, you're fine.
I made a boil. Mm. Need some more salt. Anyway, yeah.
Is there anything I can do for you?
No, there actually isn't. It's
I mean, I can't be a father figure.
it's just sure, if we had primal metamorphosis, probably, but it isn't that. I mean,
Oh, Esteban turned into a woman for me once. It was pretty funny. And no, it wasn't like that. Thank you.
okay, you said it. I didn't.
I'm just clarifying because you were thinking it.
Of course, I was.
Of course you were.
No.
He I think he was
just
showing
that.
off his new skill.
Really?
At the time, I think it
And
was
what
new.
new skill was that?
I think it was metamorphosis. I think that's what he had just learned.
Yeah.
I can't fix Val for you.
And I am not asking you to. I am a little disheartened that
Yeah.
it is just, I don't know. I'm tired of his new toy.
Well,
If that makes any sense.
it does. I'm not going to question what you feel about something. You're a reasonable person. Most of the time, what you feel is a reasonable emotion. And even if it's not, you don't go running off and doing stupid shit if you're not really sure.
True.
That's not your style.
I've just chalked it up to the fact that everyone has to move on in their station in life, and he is no different from any, you know? See that, and the life. So these things can take time.
Yeah. Well, do you happen to be free for a while?
I can be.
I just thought that Uncle Zander might wanna see his nephews. If you want to come back to the house where, if they break something, it won't be your problem.
I'm so used to CC break. My heather bomb technique is quite formidable.
Oh, good. Maybe you can fix that vase they broke from me the other day. Because I still have the pieces of it. I just have them in a pile.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. If things need to break broken, always keep the pieces. I've learned that.
I just thought I'd ask because, well, let's just say that they found their way into some of the toys that Esteban made for them the other day, and it's not pretty what happened.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I thought I had them locked up pretty safely, but evidently not. Think about it. Knocker made toys. Esteban Knocker made toys.
Yeah.
It's just not a pretty idea.
I am a nation.
Hmm?
A freehold left. I said I am using my imagination, and I have a freehold left.
That is a thing. It's a good thing it's my freehold, and if they break something, I can usually just bring it right back. But there are some things that are a little more precious than others, you know?
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I understand. Trust.
Do you remember Rick's old teacup set?
Pardon?
Do you remember Rick? Rick the Ravenous, his old teacup
Ah.
set. He had the teacups and
No, not.
saucers with the super sharp edges. I learned quickly to put those on a much higher shelf. Because they were going after that after the last few of those. I gave some of them away, but I still have 2 or 3 sets. And God, they could have cut off fingers with those things. Rick would have laughed at it.
Why
That's
would
the sad thing.
anybody need Why would anybody need a sharp edge tea set?
I'm not sure, but he had it made. It's something I always... Actually, he took out one of the people that killed him with one of them. I have that one still.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Completely dead serious. Nobody expects the tea set. And also, don't drink from those cups unless it's in the exact right spot.
You cut your mouth off.
You will. You will, actually. That is the point. I am...
An assassin's teacup set.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Rick was a man of interesting tastes. And I still think about him sometimes when, well, the kids just decide they're going to eat something particularly crazy. They've both tried to ingest sand, for example.
Well, I don't think there's too many kids that haven't tried to eat sand.
And grass. Grass worries me.
Well, as long as it's your plant leaves they're trying to eat on, you should be good to go.
Oh, no. There's a really good fence around that now. A really good fence around that now. Like completely flat that there's no finger holds in that they could try to climb their little 7-month-old butts up. Because I think they'd try and then they'd fall to their, they'd fall. That was because at 7 months they would just try. They're lucky to be able to get on their feet. But yeah, no, they're not getting into any of that medicinal stuff.
I love the way you call it medicinal.
Well, it is to a point. I don't smoke that stuff around them, but when they go to bed, I can do what I want. All right? I'm just lucky that I have, I have a nanny who helps sometimes, so I can get free. She's with them now, or he's with them now. Forgive me. And I have Deandra who helps on occasion. She loves him, but it's not her job to take care of him.
Right.
And I have Val, and it takes a team effort to keep up with those two. So it's a good thing, really.
It takes a team effort to keep up with Val.
Yeah.
Oh God, you're raising three babies that are the same age.
3
God
babies.
God bless you, child.
Yeah, well, one of them has slightly more grown-up taste than the other 2.
And that's how you got into this mess in the first place.
Oh my God, you sound like Zatara. I miss her. God, I miss her. I get letters from her once in a while. She's doing okay, but she's still looking for Octavia. I miss Zatara so bad, you have no idea. She'll find me again here. When she finds Octavia, she'll find me.
Yeah.
So do you want to come over?
Yes, you know what? I would like that. I would like that very much.
I would invite your dragon
Okay,
friend as
and with
well, but I'm not sure you want to.
um, no,
Would she
she
understand
is
the difference
peacefully
between?
asleep now. She sleeps a lot
Oh,
these days. Actually,
she's in a what?
I'm just thinking that it's because she sleeps a lot these days. Um, I'm hoping that's just a dragon thing, but yeah, and she loves it when I sleep with her, which is where I sleep most of the time. Um, which is there in her room downstairs, down in the basement. I mean, especially since I cannot use the first floor,
Oh, right.
which sucks because I really miss my pool.
Well, then bring your swim trunks and you can swim. Or hell, don't bring your swim trunks. I don't care. And you can have a swim in my little lagoon thing. Oh, the babies are little water babies. I'm telling you, they're pretty good little swimmers, even at 7 months.
Well, actually, they say that children are naturally good swimmers. That's why a lot of
Well, both of them, regardless of their kith, have my blood in them too. So that probably has a lot to do with it as well.
I hope so, because it'd be really weird if they both sank like rocks. Swim like rocks.
That I
Are
would
you sure these
make,
are your babies?
huh?
And be like, are you sure these are your babies? Glub 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 glub.
Oh, if you look at them, you can tell. I'm telling you what. One of them has that crazy like. One of them has my hair, and the other one has my mom's eyes.
Well, you make sure they give them back when they're done with them.
Well, my biological mom passed away a long time ago, so she doesn't need them anymore. She died when I was like 8, so. And if you want a peony, that you certainly can.
No, he understands. Remember, his mom passed away when he was little too.
Yeah. An evil kind of look at him and just be like, you know, until I had Victor, I had forgotten what my mom's eyes looked like. Then I saw his, and I was like, holy crap, that's my mom. Isn't that weird?
It's understandable.
He brings back a lot of old memories I'd forgotten about these days.
That's a good thing.
It is. I mean, I love my adopted mom, don't get me wrong, but I think my biological one would have understood better some things, you know? I think she would have. I think she would have been okay with me as I am.
I think any mom would be okay with their child as they are.
My mom tries. My
Good.
adopted mom tries. She tries. But I haven't talked to her since Christmas.
All right, enough of the melancholy. As Zander will pick up some of his things. Come, let's go have a day out.
And she smiles at that. And she will turn to leave his apartment. With, I assume, him following?
All right. Yes, he is. And with that, we will. Thank you for playing and thank you for watching. Good morning, good evening, and good night.